Yes, people. Here with another episode of Back of the Net. Today's one, listen, we're going to do a little short one. This is just on the whole Arsenal goalkeeping situation at the moment. Like Aaron Ramsdale, David Raya. Those of you that know me, like, listen, I'm a superstar goalkeeper myself. You see, look, come on, safe hands. David Seaman, like. But yeah, I just want to say, like, it was a bit out of the blue. I feel like this whole David Raya link, I feel like a lot of us were just like, okay, why is signing a keeper? Like we linked with Kudus and all these other players. You're thinking, all right, we've got Matt Turner, and then I think there was that link with him, with Nottingham Forest. But the more I deep it and think about it, I kind of feel like I get what Arteta's trying to do here. You saw with the whole Leno situation when Ramsdale came in, he performed well, ended up selling Leno. I'm not saying I'm going to sell Ramsdale, but what I'm saying is that Raya is a good goalkeeper, and I think it's a case of Ramsdale needs some competition. I think with Turner, he's a good shot stopper. We've seen that in the Gold Cup. We've seen it in some cup games he's played. I don't think he's playing in the league games. Good penalty stopper as well, which we could do with because our last penalty shootouts have been quite awful. But yeah, I don't feel like he just does enough to kind of put Ramsdale under pressure. And I think Ramsdale kind of knows that, do you know what? No matter how I play, I'm still going to be playing next week. I think with Raya coming in, it's like, okay, or if he comes in, you've got a goalkeeper there that can play out from the back, comfortable on the ball, good shot stopper as well. And he did impress me last season. I remember I saw him at Blackburn years ago and I thought, oh, he's a decent goalkeeper. I went to Brentford and I didn't watch him in like the first season or so. But then after that, I was like, quite decent, like very good keeper. And with the way Brentford were playing, how would spring it out. I remember there were times where team opposition try and play a high line and Ray will just ping it over the top. I think Brentford got a couple of goals from that last season. So yeah, I can see what they want from it. And I think it's got a link with the Arsenal goalkeeping coach. I think his name's like Inaki Kana or some, if I'm wrong, guys, or Kanya, however you pronounce it, but you know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I think it's got a link with him. And I can see it. I feel like with Ramsdale, I think he's a good goalkeeper. I'm not going to say world class, and I don't care how many of you get at me. I don't think he's world class. He's a very good goalkeeper. We saw last season, he made some great saves in some games, but there were some little things that he did. And I've said it before, you know, when I see him play, he reminds me of Pickford in the sense of just how he gets amped up for a game. Like I understand you can be passionate, I get it. You know what I mean? And he's one of them. He's good for them away grounds where you know the crowd are chanting. We saw it at Tottenham and some other stadiums, and you know that's good. But sometimes, as a defense, you want a keeper that just calms things down. Like you look at Alisson when Liverpool play at times. It's like the ball will come in, he'll come and claim the ball, go down, take his time, and you see the defense just relax with him there. There are times with Ramsdale that way he flaps at certain things. We saw the United game. When Lisandro Martinez headed it, he came out, flapped it there. You know, there's some saves. Like, don't get me wrong, he makes some good saves, but some of them, he has to make it look, he has to do the spectacular because his position is not the best. The Southampton game last season, two of them actually, the one away from home where he looked at, was it a pigeon? When we looked at a pigeon and he got beaten at, it was kind of like, he could have saved it, I feel. The Anthony one as well, I might be a bit harsh, but I feel like he could have saved it. I feel like he was at his near post was here and he kind of just went down there and he kicked in the corner. The Alcaraz mistake when he passed it to him as well. And there's just moments where I just feel like just keep the concentration just a bit more. Like shot stopping, you're good, but there are moments where I'm like, there's games where it's like, okay, just make that save and kind of we go on and win the game. Or even we look at Jared Bowen when he scored, I still think he should have saved that. But yeah, as I said, I can't deny he's a good goalkeeper, but there are moments that I feel like he just has to change. And yeah, he's done a great job for us. Like, and next season, listen, he could still be number one, even signing David Raya. So I just in the saying that, just how I feel on him. And I'm not saying it because we're linked with Raya now. I've been saying this for a bit, and people that know me know that's how I feel about Ramsdale. But yeah, David Raya, good goalkeeper. I feel he will put Ramsdale under pressure. And I think suddenly in training, I'm not saying it's not a high level now. Suddenly it's like, all right, David Raya's coming. They're doing their, passing out for a back together. And he sees him making a couple of saves. I think, oh my God, okay, cool. That time's out my game. And, it's hard to kind of judge it because not many teams do that and have two top keepers. I think the last time I saw it, I think it was PSG. PSG had Navas and Donnarumma, and that really didn't work too tough or too well. And it's hard with a goalkeeper because you kind of need the match day experience. Like, you need to be playing. Some cup games aren't enough, so you need to play some league games where you can. But yeah, it's a weird one. It's a weird one for a lot of us fans. And the only thing for me though as well, I look at David Raya and I think, like, are you going in being told you're gonna be number one? Are you going in being told, you know what, you're going to be on a bench for a bit, couple of games will play. If you impress me, then you go in? Because I kind of look at it and I think Bayern were linked with him, Tottenham were linked with him, and these are clubs where he would have gone in as number one. So I look in and I think, do you want to come here and have the risk of number two? But as I said, it might be the link with the coach. Who knows? They're staying in London, be closer to home, all of that. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Like, yeah, listen, at the end of the day, if you're adding quality to a team, like, I'm all for it. It's just, it's a bit baffling. But I do get, as I said, I do understand that Ramsdale does have to improve certain aspects of the game. The same way David Raya probably does. But yeah, we do need a bit of pressure on them. Listen, gone are them years with Arsenal where a player would come out and the drop in quality would be awful. Like, I'm not going to name players. You guys already know the type of players that we used to have when the drop in quality used to come. But yeah, it's just pleasant to see. Like, we all love it. Like, we're starting to see a team where it's like really up in their game and really pushing ourselves to a point where to try and get to as close to City as possible. We know their team, they're top two teams. Like, they got, two great 11s. So yeah, we need to see what that. But yeah, I back the manager on this one. I'm a bit like, I don't know why you going for that, but not why you're going for that, but it's like out the blue, as we're linked with attackers and everything. But listen, it's one of them things where we back manager and we go with it, and whatever happens, I think Ramsdale signed a new deal last season as well, so obviously he'll be a bit disappointed. But I'm sure Arteta's explained to him why, wanted to up the levels. The final point I just want to make on it though, I don't want to sign a keeper and then that doesn't allow us to buy another outfield player, because I do feel that we do need someone to rotate with Saka. Definitely. I feel like Saka doesn't get rest. Last season he wasn't, in pre-season friendlies already, he's not even getting rest. So yeah, if it's to the detriment of getting a winger, I don't want it. I'd rather go and get another younger goalkeeper, someone up and coming again, and just see what happens. If Turner wants to go, there's someone up and coming, because the goalkeepers below Matt Turner don't really impress me at all. So yeah, I've got to see what we're going to do with that one. I just want to also just got down some stats of David Raya, and I said last point before, this is going to be the last point. David Raya last season was first in terms of saves, so 154 saves last season. Saves from outside the box, or save shots from outside the box, 64, first again. Crosses caught, 50. That's the big one for me. Massive one. Because there's games, as I said, where teams are hoofing the ball into the box. You want your keeper to come out. You know what I mean? Like me, when I come out, I claim it. You know what I mean? Shout, keepers. Yeah, that's it. Yeah? Those that know me, know I'm a serious keeper still. The touches, I don't know how to do all that, but yeah, first did that. Long passes completed. First as well. But yeah, for me, the crosses caught one is so important, because as I said, Ramsdale's been caught out quite a few times and I don't think he's as commanding. So that is a big one. That's a massive, massive one that we need to really look at. But listen, we're going to see what happens with this one. But I'm very intrigued to see how it plays out, what the plan is, and with the season around the corner. Yeah, it's going to be good to see. And hopefully, the addition of Raya or whoever it might be, take us up another level. Listen, as long as the club do well, I'm happy for it. But listen, thanks guys for listening. It's a little short one for you lot. Ramsdale Raya, who was saying, who's number one? Not just Arsenal fans, other teams fans. Let me know. What would you do? What do you think Arteta's thinking? Get back to me. Let me know. But listen, cheers for listening, people. I'm out. Peace.